Hi there, folks. It's Dr. Burke Mays, and I'm a practicing chiropractor here in the West Metro of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. I've been practicing for over 18 years, and one of the specialty niches I've got into is helping people deal with and support people with chronic conditions and chronic disorders. One of the most common ones I deal with is thyroid disorders. I want to talk today a little bit about what causes Hashimoto's thyroiditis or an autoimmune thyroid. You know, if you're one of those people walking around, you're dealing with weight gain or fatigue or digestive problems or hair loss or all those things associated with having what's called a hypothyroid, you in all likelihood are also experiencing an autoimmune thyroid. Over 90% of people dealing with hypothyroid have an autoimmune thyroid condition. I'm going to talk more about that later. But first off, you just want to ask why all of a sudden you go from feeling really good, and sometimes you either go downhill really slowly or over a long period of time, and all of a sudden you go from being a healthy person to not feeling healthy. Why does that happen? One of those reasons is you've expressed a mutated gene. Now, I'm not going to get into a big discourse on genetic disorders and genetics. You know, I'm going to boil it down to some really simple stuff. So if you happen to be educated in genetics, you know, keep in mind I'm keeping this really, really simple. But sometimes you've expressed a gene, and that's a mutated gene. One of them can be an autoimmune gene. So, and how do you express a mutated gene, like a gene for an autoimmune disorder, or MS, or ALS, or Parkinson's, or the MTHFR, the folic acid gene, or cancer? You know, how does that happen? And in a sense, it's really simple. You deplete what are called methyl groups in your body. Those are small molecules that help control DNA to have it turn things off and turn things on. And they're how you express genes, either the good ones or the bad ones. So how do you deplete your methyl groups? How do you not have enough of them? And it comes down to some common sense kind of stuff sometimes. There's the things called white death. There's the white sugar. There's the white flour. There's the white salt. Bad oils, trans fats, hydrogenated fats. You know, produce in our diet that's loaded with pesticides and other chemicals in our diet. High fructose corn syrup. Genetically modified foods are all things that can contribute to the environment that has us not make enough methyl groups. Also, stress. And we all have stress, but it gets to extreme levels. I mean, if you look to where we are compared to 50 years ago, we're all under a lot more stress than we were before. You know, there's marriage stress, job stress, financial stress, family stress, electromagnetic stress, you know, chemical stress. All this stress load adds up on our body. And also we get things like infections, dental infections, which nobody addresses. I mean, you get root canals and crowns are, as I like to say, are hotels for bacteria. You know, so there's a chronic infection going on in our mouth we don't know about. Other parasites in our digestive system, in our liver, in our gut. All infections are going to help deplete methyl groups. And age. Unfortunately, we're not designed to live forever, and one of the ways that we're designed to not live forever is we make less methyl groups as we get older. Don't like that, but unfortunately that's a fact. So what helps create methyl groups? And what helps us create methyl groups is HCl. So one of the big things that helps us create methyl groups is HCl. And now you might be thinking right off the bat, Doc, I've got GERD, I got to be on proton pump inhibitors. And really, I hate to say it, for the large part, you've been misled. You know, we need good, strong, adequate stomach acid in our stomach, only in our stomach, to help digest our food, to in a sense, purify our food so it kills bad bacteria so we don't get infections from our food. And, you know, unless you strictly have an out-and-out ulcer, which can be dealt with, you know, you should be taking some sort of acid support. And I'm actually going to make another video related to that, so if you want to know more about it, you know, check my YouTube page, and there'll be a video up there within a couple of days of posting this video. Right now it's September 12th. I'll have it up by the end of the week. So I'm going to do another video about why we need stomach acid. and besides needing it for making methyl groups. So we need HCl to make our methyl groups. And you need HCl and potassium as a buffer to make what's called trimethylglycine, which is a molecule that contains two molecules of methyl. And this is why it's vital and important for you to have proper stomach acid to restore your methyl groups. And methyl groups really are vital to our body. They're vital to replication of cells at the level of the DNA. Every single day your old cells are going away, they're being replaced by new cells, and you get a whole new body at least once a year. You know, your blood cells in your stomach getting traded over much faster than your skin cells, but you are a new person, literally. And methyl groups are vital to that. Methyl groups turn genes on and off. Now remember, as I said before, I'm keeping this really simple for anybody who's really genetically minded out there. When you have depleted methyl groups, mutated genes like oncogenes that are responsible for cancer and other bad genes turn on, and good genes are turned off. And when you have sufficient methyl groups, good genes like the tumor suppressor genes are turned on, and the bad genes are turned off. And methyl groups are really important for a lot of other things. You know, phase 1 liver detoxification. We live in a toxic world. There's no way around it. And we need to eliminate toxins properly from our liver, from our kidneys. And if we don't have good, adequate methyl groups, we're not going to be able to do that. Protein methylation, homocysteine metabolism. That's another big one. Homocysteine is part of inflammation. Inflammation is the underlying background of almost every bad health condition that we deal with. And so homocysteine markers, anything above 7, you're actually dealing with now. You have homocysteines attacking your brain, attacking your nervous system. Neurotransmitter synthesis. Neurotransmitters are the chemicals that make our brain work, you know, especially the serotonin and the dopamine. So if we don't have the methyl groups going out there to support us, we're not making good chemistry to feel good. And lastly, nucleic acid synthesis. Just part of the whole reproduction structure for creating new proteins in our body. Your muscle proteins, your skin proteins, your organ proteins, all of those rely on methyl groups. Inadequate methylation. Here are some things it can contribute to. Birth defects, you know, depression, cognitive decline, and cancer. And impaired methylation has even been associated with, now I say associated, not causing, autism. Now in 1998, the #1 thyroid journal, the Journal of Metabolic and Endocrine Disorders, stated that 90% of hypothyroidism or low thyroid disorder is caused by an autoimmune thyroid. So when I go back to anybody out there who's been suffering with low thyroid or low thyroid function, you, in all likelihood, 9 out of 10 people, you have an autoimmune condition going on. Millions of sufferers are walking around not knowing that they're dealing with autoimmune thyroid. And it takes a simple test. They're called TPO and TGB antibodies. The problem is, in the medical world, they don't have any tools to deal with this. They don't test for it. Or they might test for it and say, well, you have low levels of these antibodies, you're okay. But it comes down to the end of the day, folks. If you have anything above 0, you have an autoimmune condition probably contributing to your thyroid issues. So review. If you have a thyroid disorder, remember 90% of hypothyroid disorders are caused by an autoimmune condition. You've expressed a mutated gene, an autoimmune gene. And that's one of the issues with that is the methylation. So how do you successfully address and support an autoimmune condition once you've expressed that bad gene? One of the big ones is you got to decrease inflammation. Anti-inflammatory diet, nutritional support to reduce inflammation, to bring the inflammation down. So inflammation is kind of like if I took a blowtorch and put it to my monitor, it's going to damage my monitor. Inflammation is there causing damage to your body every day. You know, tests like C-reactive protein and ESR can identify how high of inflammation you have going on. You want to remove toxins. So one of the big things I do in my office is we help people detoxify. Get the toxins out of our bodies, increase our efficiency to eliminate them so you actually have a shot at being healthy. Increase the function of the immune system, support the immune system with nutraceuticals to help support things so that your body can start to get a balanced immune system so it stops being confused and starts attacking your body. How do we do this? Well, one of the things we got to look at acidity. How acidic is your body? What's your first morning urine? We got to look at free radicals and excitotoxins. Obviously, toxins are going to be oxidizing. They're going to be free radicals. So we got to deal with detox. We got to deal with infections. We got to deal with the immune system, supporting that immune system nutritionally, getting it smoothed out, getting it evened out, getting it calmed down so it's not going overboard and attacking you. Now, this is a short video. I can't get into how we do all of that. But if you want to learn more, I invite you to come to our workshop. Or if you can't come to our workshop, again, with today being September 12th, within a week from now, I'm going to have a video of my workshop actually up online. So you can actually go to that. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be like going through a workshop. I'm going to cover not only what's happening, but some of the strategies that we can do to help get you healthier again. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video.